Hey kids, welcome to another exciting episode of the Tipsy Irishman. At least we hope it is.
Yeah, before he gets rolling, I gotta apologize for my color. I was on the lake all day today, so I'm a little pink on the camera, like the back of my hands.
It's almost dark, so we're trying to get a daylight show in here.
Yeah.
Our sponsor, as always, is Grinds. If you're trying to get rid of that tobacco nasty habit, not that we don't still love you, but it's not a good habit. Both smoking, chewing, dipping, spitting, whatever it is. Shooting it? No, I guess not.
Yeah.
Throw one of these in your mouth, you'll forget all about it. Every time you do a cigarette, and slowly you'll stop doing that thing and start doing this. Another addiction, but it's better for you. Want to check it out, go to getgrinds.com. Tell them the Tipsy Irishman sent you. That'll help me. Hopefully it'll help you. And we'll see you on the next episode. No, just kidding. We haven't even started drinking yet.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. It actually been dry. Mostly dry for the month.
Mostly dry March. I almost said January, but we're in March.
Moist March.
A little less than moist. What is it called?
Humid.
A sprinkling of March. Yeah, sprinkling of March. Only for the shows and meetups. That's all I'm drinking.
Oh, that's good. That's a good way to do it. We do got a meetup here in a week. That's gonna be a good one too. 2 weeks. 2 weeks for that meetup.
No, it seems like next week.
Yeah, it's 2 weeks from yesterday. Yeah.
Believe it or not, I'm not going to drink. Who am I kidding? I'm drinking on St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, yeah, we do a St. Patrick's Day show.
We do. We're off to Saturday.
I got a great bottle, man, too. I can't wait. I'm so pumped.
So I'm going to let him describe all this because he knows what's going on, and I'm just the other white guy in the show.
This is a new one for us. We've had no expressions from Penelope on this show, which is crazy.
I don't believe so.
In the couple of years we've been doing this, I don't think we've done any of the Penelope stuff. They have a whole array. They do a 4-grain, they do a toasted, they do a rose cask.
I've been trying to get that in my store.
They do the Architect, which is their barrel strength stuff.
Blend?
No, it's
an architect.
Oh, Seinfeld.
I'm not an architect.
And they also do a blend they call the Rio, which is really, really cool. That one's finished in honey and amberana, and we may get our hands on one here soon. Is Rio. And we'll do that one on the show. But today what we've got is a bottle of Penelope Valencia. And the Valencia and the marketing, obviously little oranges on it, is the play on the finish. So this is the Cooper series that was finished for an additional year, and I'm going to butcher this, in Vino de Naranja casks. All right, so it's a Spanish white wine that they macerate orange peel and put it in when they're fermenting it.
Macerate or eviscerate?
Macerate. I think that's the chew up. I don't know. Anyway,
I'm just playing with you.
Did a tiny bit of research into it. So this is the Penelope 4-grain finished for a year in those casks. So hopefully we'll get a little impart of that citrus note. Now, you'll notice this bottle is about half gone. I've had it for a little while. I very much enjoy this bottle. Skip ahead to the final review. I like this bottle. I like the taste. I didn't.
Be loud for a second. We're outside.
Oh yeah, motorcycles coming back. I didn't realize this was a 4-grain. 2 motorcycles. I generally don't like 4-grain. Generally, 4-grain whiskey to me is not awesome because the malt is so heavy. But in doing the research for this on tonight, and I was looking up the mash bill, it's only 3% malted barley. So it's a very low amount in that 4-grain. And so, because I never picked up on it. I never picked up on that this was a 4-grain. I don't think there's anything on, it just says straight bourbon whiskey finished in the Naranja casks. It doesn't tell you on the bottle that it is 4-grain, and I wouldn't have guessed it because the barley impart is very delicate. I can taste it now.
Knowing that it's orangey. It kind of has an orange.
It's got an orange color to it, right?
Orange, a glare to it, which I think is really cool.
I'll tell you this, I had been kind of hesitant to pull the trigger on any of the Penelope stuff because it's relatively expensive. This is a 5-year expression, and it can't cost me right around $100 out the door. Again, finishing, you're using twice the barrels, and they got to source the barrels, and I get it. This is source whiskey. Penelope does not make their own juice. So I've been a little hesitant. I went up to one of my local stores, and the local Penelope rep was actually there. His name is, I didn't want to forget it, Matt Ward. So he was actually at the store with all of the Penelope expressions open to try before you buy, which is cool. I thought that was a really, really cool concept.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Please, I would like to try.
So even the Valencia, which is, again, a $100 bottle, was there available to try. So I say he's the rep. He's actually like vice president of something. I looked him up on LinkedIn. Like, it's crazy high up the chain in Penelope. He actually signed the bottle. I don't know if you can see it there. Got a little signature on the side of it, which is awesome. We had a really good talk about the marketing behind Penelope. I love the marketing. This is a really cool looking bottle. I love the packaging on this. I love the lettering. I love the way that they do the little etched in orange peel right there behind the big P for the Penelope.
And the Whiskey Advocate, these are highly
talked about.
I would say accredited, but
Rated.
Yeah, highly rated. Go out and go if you can find them. Yeah,
I've had the Architect before, and I've had the Rio before, and they were both in a tasting night that we went through like 30 bottles, and it was brutal. The Architect was not memorable. The Rio very much was. I went out of my way to go source that Rio bottle because it was just delicious. But I like amber on a finished things. I like highly finished things, which is no surprise why I like this one.
He's super refined. That's why.
No. I like when whiskey tastes a little different. You know what I mean? Than everything else that's on the shelf. So this is the only one I know of that's finished in this type of cask. I haven't seen anything that says the Naranja casks anywhere else. Like High West. Remember High West does a bunch of weird finishing. Yeah, what was the one that we... Saturnus. Remember we did the High West store pick and it was finished in like a Saturnus wine cask and we had to talk about the Saturnus wine and all that stuff. Or no, was it the other one was Marsala? Anyway, I like the finishing stuff. I think
there's too many shows. We can't remember anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? Gotta go back. But like I said, this came in, don't quote me, man. I think it was $84.99 plus tax, so right around $100 out the door. Total mash bill on it, 75% corn, super high corn. 15% wheat, 7% rye, 3% barley.
How much rye?
7% rye. But I don't pick up on the 4-grainness on the nose at all.
I don't pick up the orange either.
I get all the orange. It's very citrusy to me. I don't get the malty. I get citrusy.
More orange zest peel.
Yes. Then like the fruit,
juicy.
Which would make sense because of the way they made the wine. They used the rind. It's the rind being in with the wine, and then you're taking that cask.
I can't get a read on the proof though. Through my nose anyway.
Yeah, no ethanol. There's no big ethanol burn there.
Burn, but not an ethanol burn. I don't know what that is.
Sweet, very very sweet, but I can't get past the citrus. It's definitely super.
It is making my mouth water.
It's very citrus forward, sweet, corny. I mean, those high corn mash bills they just come across very sweet to me. Think like the makers of the Yellowstones, or you know what I mean. Like they're very very sweet. But I can't pass. It's just all citrus. All I get is
the more I go out and come back in, the more I get it.
Yeah, it's just all citrus. Cheers,
my friend. Ooh, that's interesting.
I don't get any of that 4-grain even on the palate.
No.
3% apparently is just not enough for me to pick it up because I'm not picking up on that at all. That is
maybe a little rye.
That is delicate. That is sweet. That is citrusy. There's no like one main flavor profile or note.
Yeah, definitely fresh off the vine rind.
Bright. That's how I describe whiskey, like that, bright. Like it's
definitely if you've ever made a drink or old fashions, as this guy likes to make, after you've done the rind, you've got that on your fingers. You've done the glass and you've got that on your fingers and you lick your fingers. That's as weird as that sounds. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
For as much citrus as there is on the nose, it's not dominating the palate. Mm-mm. You're not drinking orange juice. It's there.
That's the same thing with the Jameson orange. You're gonna go, oh, that's really fruity. That smells delicious. Then you're just like, where's the orange?
Yeah, I mean, you can taste it.
Where's the Jameson too?
It's citrusy.
That's interesting. The heat's kind of going now.
I get it in like the back of my jaw. Like when I drink, like orange juice does that to me. Where it'll hit me. It's like the acidic.
Oh yeah, right here.
Yeah, like that acid level kind of get you.
That's funny.
And that's kind of really the only reason. Yeah, it might be. This would make a great screwdriver.
I'm gonna say.
I can't give you any. It's not bottled in bond.
It's in the 90s. I'm gonna go 90.
Ooh, I did look at it. I forgot.
92.6.
95. Oh, pretty close. That's good though.
I was in there.
You are significantly better at that than I am.
I wasn't in the hundreds. I think it was in the 90s.
I would have probably called this 90 flat because that's where a lot of these bottle types come in at. If I had not known, I would have said this is probably around 90. It's as approachable as something like an Eagle Rare. Like when you drink Eagle Rare, there's no overwhelming alcohol to it.
But to me, Eagle tastes heavier than a 90.
Really?
I know it is a 90, but not that like it's overwhelming, like it's too. I don't know. It just maybe like refinedness. It tastes a little like it would be heavier. but it's not. Really.
There's a good pepper spice to it that I like a lot.
More like white pepper.
It is. It's bright. It's
white, bright.
Yeah, it's all the flavors that are coming out of this are
it's delicious.
Like fresh. It's
fresh.
Yeah. I like it. I like it a lot actually. And the reason that this is significantly gone is we had friends over the other night.
This off the tree.
We broke this out the other night, and I made some old fashions for the wife and some friends that were over, and it was a great success. We usually use citrus bitters in our old fashions to begin with. This was perfect for it. That 95 proof point is just enough to know that you're drinking a cocktail, but it's not overwhelming. I think it's a great sipper. Like this is something. Oh, dude, is there? Oh yeah, look at all the sediment in the bottom of it too. That's awesome. Very very good sipper. The finish is short. It's low proof, low rye, so it's not going to last forever. And
it's pretty warm. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, no, but you.
But I'm not drying out. Although I'm going to take a sip of water just because. But I'm not.
No, it's not overly oaked. It's You know the way I would describe it is almost like an orange dreamsicle cake because it's sweet and vanilla, got a little bit of citrus to it, very bright, very easy and approachable and light. It's just a very, very good sipper. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, bottle's half gone. I mean, how often do you guys see me bring a bottle over here and it's half gone?
It's almost half gone. One more will be half gone.
Yeah, it'll be half gone. But the $100 price point is where things get a little wonky, right?
It's a $70.
It's at $70, it's phenomenal. Right, at $70, it's a buy on site. It's really cool. It's something different to have in the collection. At $100, it's just tough to pull the trigger at $100. Now, to be fair, all prices on everything, we just saw it this past week. I know you and I've talked about it for months, but it's finally hitting the shelves, man. Things are going up, $10, $15 even on
$25
on some things. Where it's just like, what are we doing?
Ridiculous.
E.H. Taylor small batch was what, $65.99 out the before tax this week, and that's.
I mean, I'm just gonna put it out there. Even what you're saying, I like Buffalo Trace. I'm not the guy that goes out and runs out and tries to find it. If it shows up, I'll buy it. But even where I'm at, out the door, it's 32 and change. I think 32.95 and change.
Yeah, that one jumped up like $5-6 a bottle. Yeah,
I'm not paying more than $30 for Buffalo Trace.
It's tough,
not that
man.
special to me. I'd rather spend $40 on something else. To be honest with you. Eagle Rare, same difference. Eagle Rare's up to 40.
I think $49.99 is what I saw the other day.
I think we're still selling it just under 46, which is bad. You should be getting that.
It's tough,
out
man.
the door at $39.99. No more than $40.
But for guys like you and me, we've been doing this a while, and our brains are stuck on the price that we used to pay. Right, we're gonna have to adjust because that's just what retail is now. That's what retail is.
I mean, you can still get it at Winn-Dixie for cheaper.
Yes, not
not to knock where I work. But I'm just saying you can.
But not significant. So this week, my buddy got E.H. Taylor from Winn-Dixie. It was $58.99. It wasn't that much cheaper. Like it was.
Oh, E.H. Taylor. Yeah.
It was still $58.99. Like that's, like I said, $45.99 is what we were paying 13 months ago.
I would still pay a little bit more to get EH.
Oh yeah, that's still a buy
I'm saying
price.
Stuff. Like for you may be a put in my vein Buffalo dude. Just FYI though, a little in the Buffalo realm, new info came out. The kosher wheat, the kosher rye. There's a third one.
There's a rye recipe. There's
all three of those are about to hit in quantity, from what I hear.
Oh, like in the areas. Yeah, I'm sure most reviewers are Florida based just because
I got an email.
That's where we're based.
It means me too.
The distributor change from Sazerac has had immediate impact in the area where from the west coast of Florida now moving through central Florida and it's all the way up to the Panhandle where BTACs are landing at grocery stores. That was unheard of years ago. That just didn't.
I gotta say, from January to now, it's been very nice.
Yeah. The Sazerac stuff is drastically changed.
Last year when it changed from Republic to Premier, I got maybe 50 bottles last year.
Yeah.
Year before when it was Republic, 500 bottles. So we might be seeing a good flip now. Maybe they got their shit
Well,
together.
and it's also the types of bottles that are showing up. Like I said,
Weird.
BTAC at a grocery store is outrageous. I mean, that's just one of those things where people are posting about it online in some national groups. Like, oh, look what I scored today at a grocery store, and people were literally calling them liars. Like,
Well, yeah. And then there's look at Facebook. If you're in any group on Facebook, everyone's got stuff.
mm-hmm.
Just for instance, 5 years with Publix. This last week is the first time I've ever seen a George T. Stagg or a Thomas Handy
roll through the store
in a position to buy it at Publix.
So if you remember, years ago, there was a sheet in the Publix book that basically said, "Don't ask."
Don't ask, don't tell.
But it was like, don't ask because you'll never get it.
I still have that sheet.
And those bottles were on that sheet, and now it's different. So it's cool. So I would say this about that, especially if you're Florida based. Be a regular at your not only your mom and pops, but your grocery chains too. Just pop in and spend the time and spend the money, because
spend the time. That's the most important.
Things are changing in the whiskey landscape, and those bottles.
Don't be a bourbon buddy. Be a bourbon friend.
Those bottles they didn't jack the price up on this year. That was one that they did not jack the price up. Those MSRPs were still right around $129, $130.
The George T's?
The George T's
$127.99.
Yep, which is
that was
phenomenal
for us company wide. It
Yeah.
wasn't just one area. Everyone who bought them for that price.
Yep.
All three of them were that price. Oh, well, all three. Well, both those were, all three.
I'm actually very encouraged at the types of bottles that have been being spread.
Oh, and we got the Rock Hill Farms too.
Right. So when those things start becoming more readily available, it's going to kill the secondary, and that's going to be great for all of us, right? Because secondary is what's driving. When you go into your independent store, your mom and pop, and they've got a Rock Hill Farms on the shelf for $3.50, that's because they know that's what secondary sells it for, right? If you could pull up your phone and say, I can get that delivered to my house today for $200, they won't be selling it for $3.50 anymore, right? And so if anything we can do to help kill the secondary market would be great. So the further they spread this, the more widely available these bottles become, the better it is for all of us, for sure.
Amen, brother, amen.
Final verdict on this, A plus whiskey, C at the price.
Right? Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's just a tough buy at that price point, man. It is very, very expensive. But it is, if you're into something different, if you do bottle shares with your friends, if you get together with family and you guys like to try something different, this would fit a lot of flavor profiles or a lot of different people's palates.
That's good.
It's delicious. Again, the whiskey itself is fantastic. It's just the price point is a little high.
On stuff that's like this unique, weird, different. You'll go back to it after you've had it.
Yeah.
And you'll go, wow, I did not pick that up the last time.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really good. Wow. Like it's good already, but you're like, wow, like the 400 degrees I get. We get it. We get a couple in. We have a good time with them. We don't see them again for 6 months, a year. We get them again, like, oh, I didn't notice that last time when we had it.
That's the way I feel about the black dirts too. Yeah,
the black dirts. Yeah,
those are good.
Yeah, that's because it had every run though. That's why I think.
This should be on the shelf at just about any store in your area. I see them all the time. I mean, they're not flying off the shelves again. I think the price point is what's scaring a lot of people off. So,
has these or Penelope's, that place by the DMV on 436.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere.
436.
Most places have the full vertical. The one that you're going to be hard pressed to find is the Rio, but most other places have the full vertical of the Penelope stuff, and they're good. I mean, it's just I tried all of them when the dude had the tasting. This one
that's great. That's awesome.
Struck my fancy the best. I told him that. I said, this is such an awesome idea.
Love it.
Let us try something that's really expensive before we buy it, and it sold me a bottle. So
yeah, a lot of times at our group we do that. Only a couple of people have tasted it. We've agreed to buy it. We haven't tasted it yet.
Right.
We trust our people, but still you're like, should I have bought that? But it's been good so far.
Yeah.
All right, kids. Well, that sums it up for this bottle. Hopefully you can find it and try it and love it like we do. And if you enjoy that, make sure you tune in next show. The next show is going to be our St. Patrick's Day show.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of shenanigans going on, I'm sure. And on that note, we'll see you on the next one. Remember to drink one for us, because I guarantee we're going to drink one more for you.